Hey, I'm John,
And I'm Josh.
and we're here to talk about the 2018 the final games,
New
the
Year's
big
Six
games.
Bowls. Let's
New
go.
Year's Six and the championship games. And so let's talk about the New Year's Six to begin with. First, let's get into the Sugar Bowl, Sugar Fiesta Rose, and the Peach Bowl. Sugar Bowl, that's going to be Texas versus Georgia.
This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See how long Texas can stay against Georgia.
Yeah, I just can't imagine. I mean, defensively, I think Texas is just going to get.
Yeah, and for sure.
Fromm, I mean, think about
Fromm will probably blow apart Texas's defense, and then Georgia's defense will probably be able to stop Texas.
Yeah.
I think the bowl games are definitely going to show SEC bias, or SEC, not necessarily bias, but that they are the better conference. So Georgia wins this one. I don't think it's a game.
I don't either. Fiesta Bowl. UCF is going to be playing LSU. All right. So remember last year, UCF got to play an SEC team. They were able to play Auburn, and they won that game. We were talking about the championship, and UCF just won that against Memphis. And without Milton, without him in there, and they're not going to have him for this game either. And so what's going to happen here?
I hate LSU. I just really do not like, honestly, the fan base. I'm sorry if you're an LSU fan. They're usually not the nicest. I've met some. Or the coach,
Have you
or the
compared them
team.
to Georgia fans?
They're bad too. Man,
Okay.
SEC fans are mean. That's the moral of the
I don't
story.
think Alabama fans are mean.
Bias.
Yeah.
So, but in this case, LSU needs to do
Actually, Auburn fans aren't mean either.
LSU needs to do the world a favor and beat UCF in this game. They just need
The
to
world.
stop it. And unlike last year with Auburn, because I know Auburn won in more, LSU never really had the expectation at this point of being able to make it to
That's
a New
true.
Year's Six Bowl or
Yeah.
anything. They're going.
So this is their game.
This is their game.
This is
They
their game.
knew they didn't even make it to the conference champion. They knew
Yeah.
they don't deserve that.
Yes.
So I would think and hope and pray that LSU beats UCF.
If UCF wins this one, then I'm going to call them the
If
national
UCF wins
champions.
this one, I will literally buy a UCF national champion hat for both years and start wearing it every day of my life.
Okay, enough of
Go Tigers,
the Fiesta
am I
Bowl.
right?
Rose Bowl. So the Rose Bowl, we have Ohio State, who's going to be playing Washington. Now, Ohio State, the big news that's just come out today even, was that Urban Meyer is retiring. So this will be his final game.
Man, it's hard to pick against that.
Is it?
The fire that those players are going to have to probably have playing for their coach who's gotten them a national championship game since he's been there.
I'm not even sure that I have to go that far. I just think Ohio State outmatches Washington.
That's exactly what Washington wants.
That's true. It's true.
I think Ohio State wins, but I would not be shocked at all if Chris Peterson does his magic and pulls off not Fiesta, which is what I'm used to, but a Rose Bowl championship win.
Yeah. Maybe. It's hard for me to see it. I still have to push towards Ohio
Also,
State.
UCF is in the Fiesta Bowl, which, Fiesta Bowl has a tendency of having a little bit of Group of Five magic in it for sure, with Boise and a couple other Group of Five teams in the past being able to win that game.
So now you're jumping back to UCF.
Yeah. Anyways, LSU wins that one.
Okay, Peach Bowl. Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Now we have Michigan versus Florida. And I'm not really sure what to think here. I mean, after seeing Michigan lose, it's hard for me to think of them as that strong, that powerful.
Yeah.
But Florida, I don't feel like they're a really strong team, even though they're both 9-3.
I'm going with Michigan on this one. Their only losses was 1 point to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And then the blowout against Ohio State, which was expected because Jim Harbaugh can't beat Urban Meyer. Now that Urban Meyer's gone, maybe we can start seeing a trend in that game where Michigan maybe can win.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Michigan wins this one.
All right. I'm thinking Michigan's going to win this one as well. I know. SEC. What can I say?
Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going to go to the Final Four, and that's going to be the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl. The Cotton Bowl, we have Clemson. They're going to be playing Notre Dame. Now, in my mind, with these two teams, these are the two least tested teams that have made it to this Final Four.
Okay.
And the reason I would say that, Clemson, when they played Texas A&M, they won 28-26. When they played Syracuse, they won 27-23. When they played South Carolina, they won big, 56-35, but they allowed South Carolina to score 35 points on
All
that.
right, I agree with that.
That's a lot of points. So that's Clemson. And then Notre Dame, when they played Michigan, they won that 24-17 early on. When they played Stanford, who's not very good at all, they won 38-17.
Yeah.
When they played Syracuse here at the end of the season, they actually won this one big, 36-3.
So that's kind of the comparison match. Syracuse.
So I'm saying Notre Dame has a little bit better of a pedigree coming into this, but still not impressive. It's still nothing to saying, oh, Notre Dame's they've beaten so many powerful teams. They haven't. They really haven't played that many powerful teams. So what are we going to do with that?
I don't really like Clemson that much. I do really, really like Dabo Swinney as a coach.
Oh, I do too.
Some people might not.
No, I like.
And I
like
really,
Dabo.
really like Trevor Lawrence as a quarterback for Clemson. So as far as the team that I would cheer for Clemson in this game. As far as the team that I think is going to win, I think Clemson's going to win this game.
I think Clemson's going to win it too.
I think Clemson.
Matter of fact, I even sort of picture it being an ugly game in terms of I don't think Notre Dame can hang with them.
Clemson just has a track record of being really good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I just have a hard time picking Notre Dame, especially considering the last time I saw Notre Dame in a national championship setting was against Alabama. And it was like one of the most boring national championship games I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah.
So I think Clemson manhandles Notre Dame in the end.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Orange Bowl, we have Alabama matched up with Oklahoma. Oklahoma made it in because Georgia made it out.
Believe it or not, I do think of the two games, this one has the higher potential of an upset.
Well, I mean, I think there is the potential of the upset. Alabama showed some weakness when they played Georgia.
Absolutely.
There were some holes there that
but
were
the problem
exposed.
is a lot of the holes that Georgia exposed was through defensive talent, and
Yes.
Oklahoma will
has no defensive
not
talent
at
But
all
now their
be
best
able to do
their
that.
best defensive game was their last game,
It was.
without a
Against
doubt,
yeah.
against Texas. Yeah, they actually showed that they had some defense, which was good for Oklahoma. But it is still. I just think that Alabama is too strong, even with some of those weaknesses that they've shown.
So this is what I think is going to happen, real quick. I think Kyle Murray's going to win the Heisman.
Kyler,
Yeah, Kyler Murray is going to win the Heisman,
Yeah.
and then Alabama's going to show why he shouldn't have. So if I had to guess, both Clemson and Alabama move forward in pretty easily.
and once again, we're going to see Alabama and Clemson.
The game we all wanted to see. Oh,
Yeah.
real quick, if you didn't see, after the Georgia-Alabama game, Georgia's head coach, Kirby Smart, had an interview, post-game interview, where he talked about how if Alabama had to choose a team to play between Georgia and Oklahoma, they would choose Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They don't want to play Georgia. He's like he was talking about how if it's the best four teams in the country, like ask any of the top teams who they would rather play, and none of them would choose Georgia.
Yeah.
And that was his argument on why they should win. And then Nick Saban comes out with the video agreeing, saying he would rather not play Georgia again and would rather play Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So, does Oklahoma see that? Maybe get a little fire in their steps? I don't know. It's just an interesting thing to look at that, like, as far as...
Yeah, for some reason it feels more brutal to play Georgia, particularly after this past game. I mean, it was a brutal game. It feels more so than thinking of playing Oklahoma.
Especially with teams'
more
inabilities to win the same game twice.
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
All right, so let's say it's Alabama and it's Clemson. They're playing each other.
If it's not Alabama and Clemson, I'll be so surprised. If it's Oklahoma and Notre Dame, that would be hilarious.
Who wins if it's Alabama
Unlikely,
and Clemson?
improbable. If it's Alabama and Clemson, I would say Alabama. And it goes back to the exact reasons I already outlined, that Clemson is completely untested. They've got a great coach. Dabo Swinney's a great coach, and they've got a good quarterback. But could they do it against Alabama? I don't think so.
Yeah, and just another thought before we end this video. Who's going to be quarterback for Alabama at that point? Tua should be healthy. He should be starting. Does Hurts get a good bit of playing time? I don't know. We'll see how that kind of matches out. But man, it's an interesting set of New Year's Six bowls, to say the least.
It is. All right, that's it. That's it for the season. Join us as we give a recap about the bowl games at the end of it all.